Good day, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you are right now. Welcome. And aside from being my debut, my first live recording with you, we have, no offense to the rest of the people we had here, I think we are the biggest artists yet.
Pops.
To touch down in the culture tribe.
Love. That's love. I like that.
Ladies, gentlemen, and others, the one, the only Kaz Fuego.
Happy to be here, bro.
Welcome, bro. Welcome.
Thanks, man.
So, I guess straight into it. Where did the name come from? Kaz Fuego.
Okay. So, the name came from, first, it was Kaz. You when I just started school.
Right.
I wanted to start a Facebook account, like everybody at that age wanted to do. And I find like I needed a cool name. I needed a name that was cool. So I was like, yo, what about Kazi? And like I was going to a school that they would call Courts. So I was like, Kazi, Courts, CEO, XYZ. Like, real crazy thing.
Right.
Like, so I went into school after making that name.
Mm-hmm.
And over the weeks, like, people just continuously just call me Kazi. Like, they would just use the name that they saw on Facebook for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And the higher I went up in forms, they would just start to cut it down. So it became Kaz now.
Right.
From Kazi.
Right.
The Fuego part of it, my name wasn't Fuego Fuego wasn't on my name for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a session one time in Arima here, and I was with one of my producers, and we was recording some song. I can't remember what song it was. And I end up saying Fuego in the recording, like as an ad lib or just something before the song starts.
Flow, right.
Yeah. So I said that, and he was like, yo, the hard, bro. You should keep that. I was like, I would. And just gradually, continuously putting out music now, I realized there has more than one Kaz in the world now. So I was like,
fair enough, yeah.
I need to switch this name so it's mine. So there's only one person with this name.
Right.
I was like, yo, let me just put Fuego next to it. And that's how it happened, Kaz Fuego.
Alright, sick. So, in terms of, so the Kaz was part of your regular lifestyle. The Fuego came from the music lifestyle.
Yeah.
When did you recognize that you had something within you, whether it was in your heart or in your mind, for music, for the art?
Probably early too, like way before I even came to Trinidad, because I wasn't born in Trinidad also. Right. I used to be in the playground as like a real young kid, just listening to beats and listening to different artists that came out in the UK, and we would try to freestyle now and again. So like, and through doing freestyles, it make me feel like, yo, I could do this. Like, I find like I'm not making much mistakes. I find like people like it. I enjoy hearing my voice too, as a next thing too. And yeah, I just came to Trinidad and I was like, yo, I should try it. And I did. And the reception from it was just so good. So I was like, yeah, but let me just continue making music. Yeah.
So music was there anything else? Because grew up in England, very multicultural society in England. We know how big, at least from here, we know how big football is. We know how big cricket is over there. Okay. Sports in general. Yeah. So was it, all right, music was my first love, and that was it?
Music wasn't my first love. My first love was football, as you said already.
Right.
Reason why it was football, my grandfather, he used to, I don't know if you guys know Wolverhampton Wanderers, right?
Yeah.
So
haven't, probably don't know.
So my grandfather, he like heavily into like football and youth like community work and stuff like that. You know? And he used to take people that came from other European countries, right, and take them around to the stadium just to see and just give them a tour. So he was heavily embedded in football from early. So I just naturally, through being with him a lot, and I just started like football too. Right. And I was actually kind of good. And what happens with football in the UK, I believe, which is like so dope. So like, I believe anybody from here who wants to play football should try to go there and pursue it, because
a lot of folks do, of kids
because
do.
It's like, I don't want to say it easier, but the opportunities are there now.
Opportunity.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, football was my first love. Music came like a few years after that.
And then, of course, you recognize. So I wasn't stalking you. I was doing research for the interview.
Yeah.
And I did pick up, because I do listen to your music outside of just preparing for the interview. I do listen to the music. And
I appreciate it.
Of course, no mama guy thing. You're out there, dog. You're coming. If you ain't reach yet, you're definitely coming.
Yeah, we're almost there.
But I, in doing my research, found that the first listed song I heard from you was Weekend, WKND.
Okay. Yeah.
Was that your first song? Like first published song? Was there more before?
Nah, I had the first song that was my original song. That like I bought the beat and we get a mix and master. It was a song called Insta-Gill, which is like on my SoundCloud alone.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that like I had songs before that on SoundCloud, but it was like remixes. So I'll just take beats that I like and remix them. But I wouldn't really class those stuff as my first actual try at being an artist. I would class that as me just knowing, okay, I'm cool at rapping. I like the sound. Let me try, you know. And so Insta-Gill was the first song. And like that song, bro, like I don't even know. Because when I made the song, I was like, I didn't even expect people to like it how they liked it. No, it was kind of weird to me because I know that this country takes a little longer to accept things that is not normal to them now.
Yeah.
Because especially hearing this kind of twang and hearing this kind of record from somebody that lives in Trinidad, they'll watch it like, why are you trying to song so? Like, and it was never that, no. And people didn't even care about that part. They just liked the song. So Insta-Gill was the first song I ever put under, my name.
So from Insta-Gill, well, for me, from Weekend, now to Ju Santos.
Okay.
Which is your latest single.
I wouldn't even call it a single. I would call it like
I was just off the dome.
That was off the dome. I didn't write nothing for that. I recently got my studio equipment in my house now. So I bought equipment to like record songs and demos and stuff. And me and my brother and Johnny, we just recording. And I was like, yo, let me just record something quick and just throw it out. Wherever I say, find a hard beat, wherever I say, use it. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. So for me, I just wanted to kind of put out something for people to hear my voice before the actual songs come out. So I'll class that as more of a Lucy. Like something just like, all right, cool, just hear my voice for a little bit until we actually drop singles and projects and stuff like that soon.
Right. But so the difference and the growth that I heard from Weekend to Ju Santos, or I believe the last one I heard before that was All Day. The difference that I heard in this Kaz Fuego from what I would be like 2015? 2016.
Somewhere around there.
To 2020.
Yeah.
The progress you made from, because the style at first was very, I don't want to say dark. I used to get heavy, and I know artists sometimes who like them being compared to other artists, but I get a very, almost like a party next door sort of early Weekend vibe.
Yeah.
To now this tropic soca, more upbeat, more up-tempo, and you could hear you yourself being more comfortable with that pocket that you're in, instead of trying to adjust to, well, in Trinidad is either dancehall or soca, calypso.
I feel it.
So for me personally, I really appreciate that in an artist. An artist is capable, is comfortable enough to say, this is what I am good at. Forget what other people think I should be.
Yeah.
Let me stay in my zone. Because really and truly, there's no other artist I know of right now in that lane with you. Yeah,
and me and Johnny was talking about that too. And you say Party Next Door, like Party Next Door is one of my biggest inspirations, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. And him, Burna Boy, and one UK artist called A2, just because of the same dark sound that you're talking about. So it's a situation where the song's dark, but they're also not too dark to the point where it's like it have you feeling depressed. It's like, okay, we're trying to put you in a mode where we're trying to make music that feel cool now, basically. So music that make you feel like you had to put on a jacket to listen to it sometimes. You know what I mean? Music that make you feel like you're not in Trinidad no more.
Yeah.
Or, music that make you just feel different from what already out there now. And that's just been my thing. Like, I've just been trying to take every part of me that I've been exposed to, like, the countries that I come from, the people that I know, and just put it into music. So like sometimes you'll hear me rap, and when you hear me rap, you hear a UK accent just because of I born in the UK. So,
yeah, I get a lot of that on
you know what I mean?
Wahala, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll hear the Africa, you'll hear the Caribbean. So I just trying to put all of them together, and whatever comes out from putting all of them together, I happy with it, bro. Like I happy with it because it explains me as best as I could now, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So you talk about your musical inspirations, Burna Boy, Party Next Door. I know you and Jimmy October, you link up a lot.
That's my bro. That's my bro. That's my bro for sure.
I mean, if you're a Trinidadian and you haven't seen Jimmy October as yet,
you're not looking.
He ain't looking.
Facts.
He everywhere, whether he on the avenue, he in Harima, he just everywhere. And he's a real cool guy.
Definitely.
Don't make it difficult for you to say, hey, yo, Jimmy. And
super approachable. Bro.
Exactly. And I feel like as a nation, we have to take advantage of that because we know it have the top tier rank 1% artists in Trinidad. And they seem so elite and so far away.
Yeah.
That when it is you have artists like you, because I would consider Jimmy October, I would consider you a celebrity. But when you all become, allow yourself to be that approachable, because how that affects the boy in his room just scribbling in his copybook, writing not even raps, poems.
Yeah.
Before he actually recognized I have a thing for rap or I have a thing for
you know, it's the crazy thing how you say poems. Like most of us just come from poems, bro. Like the first thing that I ever write was a poem, bro. And like Jimmy is the same thing too. You know what I mean? We just come from figuring out that okay, we could put words together and we have a serious love for music. So why not put words together in music?
Because poems is really just
is
songs without music.
Exactly.
Basically.
Exactly. Is expression without any kind of sonics, music, sound, or anything else, just words. No?
Yeah.
And like that was like when I first started writing poems, bro, it was a real release, though. It was like a real release from saying things that you couldn't just tell your brethren or tell somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
put it on people.
Yeah, facts. So yeah. Sorry to cut you across.
No, but that's the point I was getting to. So as you said, you fell in, you recognize that you had this ability with the poems, with the poetry rather, with music. You link up with different people. How, explain that link up with Jimmy, because you see Jimmy, you see you. You see you, you see Jimmy. What I was like, how y'all link?
That link up with me and Jimmy is years ago, like probably like years into me coming Trinidad here to live. We linked up from early, like we linked up before Jimmy even put out his first record. Like we knew each other now.
Right.
And we knew each other because we come from the same place. And just mutual friends now. And just him seeing videos of me in my school, like performing at like a talent show and like people going crazy in my school now. You understand? Yeah. So him seeing that and then hearing, wait, now the school in Grandy, this man from Grandy, let me see who's that. And that's how we literally linked up. And I remember the first, I don't know if you know Gossip, right? The song Gossip, right?
Yeah.
So when that record, before that record came out, he called me, he was like, yo, meet me in Grandy right now. I have something to play for you. It's like, all right, cool. Meet him in Grandy. We literally in the middle of Grandy. We're not sitting down nowhere. People passing us. And like his phone mash up now.
Oh shit.
So he have a big flicking tablet now. iPad now. And playing this record for me now. Took the headphones and I listened it. And like halfway into the record, like he called my name now. Like a shout out thing now. Like ever since that, bro, like we just been cool. We made records together. We lime. We chill. We talk about serious things. We make jokes. You know what I mean? That's my dog, man. That's my dog. We linked up from early.
So I know you all have that record, Pretend.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you all go give your version of Watch the Throne? Jimmy.
I mean, if he want to, you know what I mean. If he want to,
you for it.
I always for it, bro. I always for music, bro. It's just up to like timing. You know what I mean? Because I know he have things doing. He working on stuff himself. So, and I working on stuff myself now. So once the two of us have done with our stuff, that could definitely happen because we have records in the vault already. You know what I mean? We have
so
records
just
that
had
ain't come
things
out.
chilling already then.
Yeah. So it's just we just waiting for the right time.
Right. So I want to talk again. So we talk about the music. I want to talk about the videos now.
Mm-hmm.
The video, particularly for All Day.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some information. What was the inspiration behind it? Where was it shot? Who's the director?
The inspiration for that video was just me wanting to show people where I live right now, where I am as a person, as an artist. I wanted to also show that to make a fire video and to evoke some type of emotion, you don't have to buy a Lamborghini or rent a Lamborghini or a mansion. You know what I mean? You need to show people where it is at this current moment. And that video was super spontaneous too. Like I just call my homie Rael, so that's the director, Rael Levi. And I was like, yo, I want to shoot this video, black and white, just like how Drake shoot the non-stop video. I want heavy green. We're going to pull up somewhere in Grandy and just perform and make it a vibe.
I guess strong, like, although yours came out before his, but the video for Jack Boys.
Yeah, like a kind of...
I get real strong, like, you know, grunge sort of...
Yeah, that was what we were trying to do.
Me, my dogs.
Yeah.
Those step to we don't have guns in the video, but...
Exactly. And plus the same, going back to the same thing too, I want it didn't feel like we in a hot place, bro. Like when you listen to you watch the video, when you listen to the song, I totally given you a darker side of where we is now. Because if I take that for black and white, it's real sunny and real happy. And, you know what I mean? And real Namina. Which is fine. I have that in me too, but it's just I choose different ways to kind of bring it across now. So yeah, that video was quick too. We literally shot it in one day, edited it the next day, and then like put it out like a few days after, like a week after or something like that.
I really like the aesthetic that you just go with. Even for the photos that you post, it really ties. It doesn't, from seeing you for the first time, talking to you for the first time, I was like, I see why. I see why the videos are like this. I see why the pictures are like this. I see why. I could probably count all the pictures you have on your IG that you're smiling in on one hand.
Facts.
So I like that the aesthetic matches who you are, because a lot of people try to give off this sort of, this is my gimmick.
Exactly. You know, they try to be a character, which is my thing too with music too. I don't really be mad at people that try to be a character, you know, because it also gives you space to kind of separate yourself from the music and what you're doing.
Okay.
But at the same time, I also don't want to portray myself as this big happy-go-lucky guy, and then when you talk to me, I just real laid back and just chilling.
Mellow, yeah.
Now I throwed you off. You don't know what to do. You're thrown off. You're like, yo, how come this song?
Approach,
you know what I mean? Everything have to be synced. Everything have to be like, okay, cool. See how you could sit down with me now and you know that, okay, I understand why Kaz posts like this. So, you know what I mean? And I want people to know me without knowing me. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what I'm doing right now, and I'll continue doing that. So,
because especially when it comes to art, whether your art be movies or well, not movies, but film, whether it be theater, whether it be literal art and sculptures itself, or music, that is the first way that people connect with you. That is how the John public, that is how fans connect with a particular artist, a particular actor, a particular sculptor, whoever it may be. So I feel like when people portray a different character from their music, especially when they try to use that character to sell the music, they try to use the antics and the gimmicks just as a way to hype up.
Yeah, I feel it.
Hey, I have a new single. Oh, I have a new mixtape. Oh, I have a new album coming out. Like, that's the only way they could get people to listen to him, because they are like the viral virus, basically. I have to go viral to sell. But when you are you, when you could be who you are and you allow your music to portray who you truly are, then when people now see you, whether it's live, whether they see you in the street, whether there's a meet and greet or whatever it might be, now they know, okay, well, based on XYZ, I know how to approach him. I know Kaz not the guy to run up to and take a selfie with.
Safe.
All right, so for the listener who is a budding artist or a budding writer or producer, for someone who is interested, has dreams and aspirations and making it out here as a musician, what would you say is how would they go about getting an agent or getting booked or releasing their music, or if they need to tour, if we tour down here, how would they go about touring, that kind of the music industry? How do they get involved?
I feel like the first thing you have to do to really get involved in the music industry is you have to put out music, bro. You know what I mean? Before you worry about getting an agent, before you worry about getting booked, you need to give people something to listen to actually want to book you. Know?
Yeah.
And you gotta make sure that you gotta make sure that you're making music that is of a certain quality also. Now. You know what I mean? That's very important. I'm not talking about your content. I'm just talking about the way that you release your music, the rollout for the music, the mix on the music,
right?
The videos, the visuals, excuse. Like certain things like have to be in place before any of the agent things come into play. When you reach, for me, like, bro, I do have an agent. I do have a manager. I do have no kind of anything that you think an artist would have, or you expect an artist to have, or you probably expect me to have. Like, I do have it, and that's mainly
independent artist then.
Yeah, all the way, and that's mainly because I believe that I haven't like reached a space where I would want to like get those things yet, or getting those things right now might not make sense if I wait a little 2 years again. Do some other stuff, release a project now. Because I guess it
gives you a lot more freedom to
it gives you
do your own
exactly. It gives you freedom to drop when you want to.
Yeah,
it gives you freedom to post when you feel. It gives you freedom of everything, basically. You know what I mean? And as an artist in this generation too, like 2020, bro, you could see how much songs come out on a daily basis.
Hard to keep up.
You could see how much artists come out and get discovered on a daily basis now. So you don't want to be somebody new and seeing all of your peers be able to put records when they feel like, but you in a situation where you have to wait for a
box. Then
you gotta wait for a man to say, okay, cool, you have March 15th.
Right.
You can't drop nothing before that. Before that, you can't do nothing. You just had to rock back and wait until that date come. And me being on the side of people like me, like artists and creators and thing, I find like that's just real suffocating though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you asked me about how getting booked and stuff. For me, most of the bookings I ever got, bro, like I just got messaged by the people
so
that
they
had
reach out to you.
Yeah.
All right.
So the light box was the same thing. The shows, the little We Loves and all of these little things. These people seeing what I doing and reaching out now.
All right.
You know, so yeah.
No, I know you have strong thoughts, strong opinion on the music industry.
Yeah.
You tell me exactly what it is you have a problem with the music industry right now.
Here?
Yeah.
I don't really call it a problem, but it's just something that needs to fix. Now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Things like, okay, we're dealing with a country, right? We're not dealing with one specific type of human being in the country.
Correct.
We're not dealing with one specific type of mindset in the country. So my thing is, I just feel like it have so much room for an R&B artist or a gospel artist or any kind of artist other than the ones that we really pay focus to.
Right.
Like for me, bro, like the scene right now in a real good space when it comes to like everything, like Cool the dancehall popping off, the soca, Jimmy doing his thing, like people doing things. So now I just believe it's time for things like okay, why can't a sound like R&B be popular here? Why can't we have female singers, way more female singers than we have right now? Like it's just certain things that I believe that people doing, but when they reach to these certain rooms to like touch the next level, they're being pushed away now, or they're being told, not yet, just now.
And you think that is more from the consumer or from the industry itself?
I feel like it's the consumer, because the consumer, I believe, most of them at least is like they're used to what they know already.
Mm-hmm.
And
their ears already tuned
right,
to
and
a
that's
certain
something
thing,
in that's something in music that kind of weird now, but it also makes a lot of sense now.
Correct.
Because you catch a vibe from what I have and directly direct it to party next door and know that's the vibe I on now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I believe that the consumers now they rather stick to, okay, cool, we know this and this is we vibe. So it's a little harder for them to kind of reach out and say, let me get us our vibe instead and see how this vibe in now. You know what I mean? You will have people that will listen to it because just like, okay, you have people that will listen to the stuff I make, and the stuff I making is not the regular what you hear in Trinidad right now. I know that for facts.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't really blame one person. I can't blame the industry. I can't blame consumers, and I can't blame artists. Mm-hmm. It's just, I feel like it's timing, bro. You know what I mean? It's timing. It's just like you had to release that song at the right time. Just like how I released Weekend and I was able to grow my fan base because I dropped that type of song at the right time for that song.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is more of a, we need to fix it than it being a problem now.
Okay.
You know, so yeah.
It's fair enough, man.
Yeah,
so we get through the more rigid, formal questions. Mm-hmm. So, we could probably loosen up now. Yeah. One question is, internationally or locally, is there artists that you think, like, I have them as a pin in that one artist, I need to work with this artist or producer one day in my life? So
yeah.
I have to.
I have a few, bro.
All right, let me hear them then. Give me.
Party.
Right.
Burna Boy.
Right.
Type of artist called A2.
Mm-hmm.
Who else, bro?
Because Party was here not too long ago, right?
For, like a few years ago. Yeah, he was. Mm-hmm. I was so mad I didn't get to go see that.
I didn't get to go. Yeah,
that was crazy.
I was ripping mad. Trust me.
I see Jimmy pose up him. I was like, bro.
Yeah, that go good. You go feel that one in the chest.
But mainly Party and Burna, mainly because when I listen to Party, I hear what I like to listen to and what I like to make now when I listen to his songs. Mm-hmm. And Burna Boy is like, that's probably my biggest inspiration and the only person that if I get a feature from him, I'd feel like, yeah, boy. Like I content now. I don't want to do no features again, bro. Like
he out there right now. Yeah. I'm seeing him everywhere you turn.
Exactly.
And his voice and coming to think, I actually have the note here. It says, who does he sound like? Very Burna Boy, AJ Tracy, Davido, Tory Lanez. That's what I have there. So I picked up when re-listening to the music. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Burna Boy is one. But he is making some mad moves right now, honestly. I mean,
like, for me, the reason why he connects to me so much, bro, and I would love to work with him so much is because he does put very serious and very heavy messages, bro, into vibes, bro. So, like, this is an artist that when you listen to the records, it making you feel to dance, but then when you really listen to what he talking about, is real sad stuff, bro.
I know.
It's real life things, is political problems, but it's a vibe now. When you hear it, it's like, yo, you want to dance, you want to vibe, you want to, you know what I mean? And I find like that real powerful to be able to do that, to be able to have people dancing to like pain now.
True.
Like, and I really rate that from him now. So from the time I heard Yeah, bro, like when I heard Yeah for the first time, because I heard it like way before everybody else heard it, like a long time.
You use that guy. You make it sure everybody know.
Yeah, I just making sure you know that now. So I heard it and like, bro, my paws raised, dog. I was like, nah, this, because it's song Caribbean, African, then it has some rap in it, and it's just like, yo, how, bro?
True.
You know? And it was so clean now, like he done it so well now, bro. So
he find a serious lane there, and I do know that the song itself became popular a long time after it was released.
Yeah, for sure.
A good while after. I can't remember how long, but I know I was like, I hear this song already. Why it now popping off?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But yeah, those two guys is probably the only guys I really want to feature with internationally. Locally, I wanna figure out like which
coasting on the local artists.
Which female? Nah, not really. Nah, I just I want to work with more female artists now when it comes to features now.
Weird.
Because I feel like people don't really work with female artists like that.
Right.
You know?
Any artists that you look at, whether it be male or female, that you say, you know, you tip your hat to them like you do in your thing.
Yeah,
you keep it going.
My brethren Kuta.
Right.
I definitely tip my hat to him because you know this is probably like his second or this is like a year and a half of him probably making songs.
Right.
And like me and him went to the same school also. Performed in the same talent shows also. So, and like I always used to tell him like, bro, like you could sing, bro, like so just sing, dog.
Yeah, because
like what going on? Like you could
it seemed like he just come out of nowhere, like you're just listening and one day it's like, wait, no, who's this guy?
Exactly.
And he featuring, he
working, you know. I mean, he got around, so I definitely tip my hat off to him.
Doing quite well, man.
Jimmy, of course.
Right.
That's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Freetown.
Freetown went on her madness this carnival.
Yeah, dog, for sure, bro.
I watched them perform at the under the trees in Normandy Hotel where David Rudder had her, and he had voice there, and he had and they just, I don't know, boy. They
just put something else into that music too. Yeah. Because like everybody I talk to who does listen to them is be like, bro, they can't listen to them without crying or feeling to cry or
different.
Yeah, they have a different way of
it's special.
Sure. I also wanna like tip my hat off to all the dancehall men and them, boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
All of them, boy. Like every single one that. Because this is a time where, like, last 2 years, I could have never seen men dropping videos and month is million views. And you know what I mean? And these kind of things, these is things that Trinidad wasn't having unless it was a soca or calypso. You know what I mean? But to see them doing their thing, I can't do nothing but rate it. No. So, you know what I mean? Hats off to all of them who doing that one.
I love that you didn't take the Kanye West route and was just like, nah, forget everybody else. I doing my thing. There's me we talking about in my interview. I love that, you know, you're humble enough to at least, you know, say, yeah, props to X, Y, and Z.
Sure.
So, personally for me, we might say I crazy. I have a dread conspiracy theory, right? Honestly, I believe that I'm not going to be insensitive to people. I'm not going to be that guy, but 9/11 was planned. I just say, that's my conspiracy theory. 9/11 was planned. All right, we know about the steel and the heat and all of that, and how much planes hit and how much planes didn't hit. But that's my personal conspiracy theory. I'm not trying to get cancelled by all of Trinidad. But what about you? You have any conspiracy theories or fears, rather? Anything that you look at and be like, let's have to do a double take?
I have like a big conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory I have, bro, is that 6ix9ine is the police. This is the one that I have now. You know what I mean? No disrespect to 6ix9ine, bro, but like big man thing.
Oh God!
Like I definitely believe, bro, that 6ix9ine is the police. Like when you really watch the situation and really watch what happened and how it happened and the amount of years those guys got and then the amount of years he got is like.
So he was undercover, is what you're saying?
Bro, no, think about this. You as a gangster, right? You telling me as a group of gang members, right? This guy with rainbow hair comes into your situation, right? Decides that, yo, we have a tune, he want to be a blood, he want to do all of this. You all don't know this guy from nowhere, bro. No, like really think about it. You don't know this guy from nowhere, but also New York popping, so you know if this guy pop off with the gang affiliation, it could go crazy.
True.
So that's what they saw now. And he knew that they would see that. You see that rainbow head youth man with tattoos on his face. I know that tattoos is the vibe right now on the face. And colored hair is where it is right now in hip hop at that time.
Yeah.
Right? This guy comes in.
Just fit ticking all the boxes.
Right. I gotta make it even more scarier for you though. What's going on, right? He comes in. He drops records. Take on how kicksy every single record name was.
Gummy,
dumb, stupid, all kind of funny stuff. Taking the artworks too.
Yeah.
All of this to me, bro, showing me like this man just doing this. Like this can't be serious to him. these rainbow hair, like all of these weird kind of things that he would use as promotion and as his brand. The way that he would just make men, yo, go shoot that man for me, go rub, like all of these little things. And then at the end, when they hold, you know, the video with you getting kidnapped, the audio is extremely clean though. The visual is extremely clean.
I think you might be onto something.
You know what I mean? No, but so that's mine though. That's mine.
What so funny and all of this is that I am picturing hardcore detectives in a room with a sheet of paper writing icky stiffy with the blicky and be like, putting this out and you go and make sure you get everybody in where you need to get in. Bro, you're taking them all down.
All they did is they get a youth man with like hella charisma, bro. And hella I don't give a fuck factor. And they just put him in a position to really fuck the game up and be successful. They put him in the right rooms. Like, bro, this man's streams is insane, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Bro, he would drop, bro, and he would just be at the top of the charts one time, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like his Instagram videos would go crazy, bro.
You could tell the music industry misses him. You could tell that for sure.
Weird, bro. It's weird.
Nobody fit in because all the new artists was kind of trolly and you know. I go pick on this guy and I go start a beef for this guy. But he looked like he believed it. Like he was living it.
This is what I'm saying.
The man was going with Chief Keef.
This is what I'm saying.
If anybody know rap music,
so think about
he's not one of them to mess
so
with.
If you know that as a person that doesn't rap, he should know that too.
Correct.
But if you're the police, right? You want to beef with everybody.
Oh gosh.
Who potentially have some kind of criminal activity going on, bro.
Kaz have on the foil hat now.
Think about it.
Deep right
Think
now.
about it, bro. Think about it. I just want to think about it. That's all. That's all I want to do.
So, in your spare time, aside from music, what's like any of your hobbies, video games, movies, partying?
I don't really party. I used to when I was younger, but then I just realized like I spending real money to like go out and get drunk now, bro.
True.
You know what I mean? Like I'd buy a kit, I'd buy shoes, I'd buy
drinks.
So like, and then also, I do go out to her. So like I'll go out now and again, but to say like it's something I do as a hobby, not really. I watch movies as a hobby, kind of.
As a big movie guy or just
as a big? It had to be a specific type of movie. As a series guy too. So like I like series like Ozark and Bates Motel and stuff like that. No, bro. Movie wise though, like I like heavy mob movies and mafia movies and Caribbean gangster movies and stuff like that. Like them things is a vibe for me.
You see The Irishman yet?
Nah, bro, that was too long, bro. Like let me be I reach an hour and a half and just continuously every time I try falling asleep.
That was me with Godfather. I tried to watch all three in a row. Made it through the first one, wake up to the end of the third one. It was too much. That's literally like 12 hours of film.
Exactly.
So aside from, as you say, you don't really hang out, but what would be a perfect night out for Kaz? So he with the brethrens. It's 8 o'clock, we getting ready. Where does the night go from there?
I feel like the perfect night would be with the brethrens is like we do a show or something. Right. So like say we go out, like I go out to perform.
Right.
Me, Jimmy, or somebody, we go out to perform. Or even if any of the brethrens have something, because like all of my friends is creatives, most of them. And
that does get competitive at any point. Does it be like,
I don't know. Probably to them, but like I doesn't be
quick flex.
I don't really be trying to focus on those things now.
All right.
But like a show or say like Johnny has an exhibition or Kristen has something to do and all of us out there to support and network and speak to people, and then I find like that's a cool vibe now because it makes me feel like we accomplished something and we also vibing, you know? So we got something done and we're also enjoying ourselves. So I feel like that's a vibe. But yeah, that's with the brethren.
That's with the brethren.
So yeah.
All right, so boom. So in terms of dealing with relationships, women, what was it like? What is it like being a celebrity and dealing with if you do have a personal, in like we just say in theory,
Yeah.
all right, I do have a personal girlfriend.
Yeah.
Where does the challenge come, Because I'm not going to ask you to, but I'm sure them Instagram DMs packed right now.
I mean, saying they're packed is like a little.
It's more than 20?
Yeah, but that is not packed though. that is just I find that regular though.
Oh, okay. All right.
That is not no flex though. That is just like, all right, cool. But when it comes to like females and thing, bro.
How difficult is it to like be an artist, balance that, and the fact that you have to have your fans in armor, don't you? You have to make them feel.
Some girls don't care about all of that, bro.
Okay.
Most girls do.
I need to lime with you. I need to find these women.
No, when I mean they don't care about it, they don't care that you have things to do, and they don't care that you're an artist and have female fans.
Right.
They completely, most of them, I can't say all of them, but most females, they find it a little hard to deal with somebody who does music or does any kind of art, because you see, the time that I have is real restricted now. Like, I rather, and the song's so bad, dog, but it's just because like I trying to remain focused now.
Mm-hmm.
I rather record whole day than really check you.
Yeah. No woman ain't going to want to hear that.
No, but hear the thing. It have certain females that I would not want to record and go and check them. But majority who be under and be making problems with what I have to do. That's the mindset they have now. So for me, it's just like, I just believe in finding somebody that's just cool with what you're doing, bro. Cool with the music. Cool with the fact that I'm not going to be home at 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes, or I'm going to be online but not talking to you because I'm trying to talk to this person about this song. But then you always get tied back to being the guy that you always doing this and you always busy, and time and them things is a serious thing. But big man thing, like if I have a girl, especially a personal, like I just make time, bro. I just make time to the point where it's like you not making time. Use the problem with the time.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
Kind of like how I would say the biggest artist in the history of our country, Marshall Montano, how now that he has come to the end of his career, he now is transitioning into life as a family man, as a father, marrying his fiancée wife, because they're together for years now. Do you think it's possible to juggle the media, the music, the career, and the family life? Or is it easier to just say, all right, I will focus on my career, and when I'm done with this, all right, then I'll have time for kids, I'll have time for a wife, I'll have time for family. I
feel like music is, or like art is, it deals with too much sacrifice, bro.
Very demanding.
For it to be easy though. It deals with a lot of, you're gonna miss birthdays, you're gonna miss when your child knows how to walk, you're gonna miss real important family things now.
Yeah.
So it just goes back to like, you gotta make sure you have somebody on the same wavelength as you when it comes to careers and understanding what you're doing now. Because you could balance it, but it go and end up getting real difficult after a while. The bigger you get, the more successful you get, is the more demand from people who's not your family. You know? You're going to be in demand for shows, for interviews, for pull-ups, to do this, to do that. No? But I still believe like it's cool to like make kids and while you're still an artist and not have to wait until you're completely out of it. I feel like that is something that people should still try to do and not like stray away from it because they're afraid that they're not going to be there. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be there, but you're probably just not going to be there as much as somebody who's not doing what you're doing.
So in terms of the having a family whilst you're an artist, you're more along the Kanye West, this is my family, I want the world to know, or you're more Drake Chance the rapper, keeping my family a secret, this is none of all your business. I feel like artist, this is who all you should know.
I feel like I might keep my child a secret for a while. Not really like my relationship. Because like relationship, like exposing your relationship is a gift and a curse, but like when as an artist, it has been more of a gift sometimes now. Because now you're gonna get the fans that fuck with relationships now. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the listeners who like to see happiness. with two people, especially if I have a fan already and they see that like, okay, it's like a different side. It's like just like when we found out that Kanye has kids now, we was excited to see what they look like, and
he made it our business.
Exactly. Like it's like everybody, like even Drake too, like everybody want to know what Adonis looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when that picture come out finally, is the place gonna go crazy.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would more try to keep my kids away from that vibe. But the relationship is cool once it's a solid relationship.
So as an artist, how calculated are you? Is it that... So, all right. A lot of people respect an artist like Drake because, not just because he drops good music, but because he's so smart and he's so calculated. He knows when everybody is dropping, and he will purposely put his music or just announce that he's bringing out music because he's that big of an artist that it does shake the entire platform. The problem when he is an artist that big is that for the sake of clout, people just come for your neck. So you, as an artist, do you see yourself ever getting into beefing, diss tracks? Because for the last 2-3 years, that was a big thing. That's how plenty of artists prepare people for their music by throwing out. Nicki Minaj was doing it when she was beefing with Cardi. Drake and Pusha T, and everybody was biting at each other's necks just because they had music coming out. You could see yourself, aside from the music release, being so, because you are a rapper at heart, do you see yourself becoming so upset or becoming so enraged with another artist that it comes down to, all right, I'm going to show you what my pen could do?
Yeah, probably.
Anything in the tank, anything, just put on weight on, or it's like in the moment, you know what? So by.
I feel like them bars in my brain, bro.
You don't want to access that part.
I could, but it's just like, I just feel like it has certain men that I have certain things I want to say too, of course, but it's like...
No names calling.
Nah, it's just timing. It's timing.
Right.
And it's also that I'm in a good space, bro, and I don't really like the beef and thing too much, but it's like, don't feel like I wouldn't. Because I've said things before on my own songs, and men take it as it's for them, bro.
Fall in your garden, plant it.
Real plenty people. I don't know if it's because, like, I don't know, I probably have like a talking to you kind of voice, but I just be rapping, and sometimes people take it upon themselves to be like, yo, that was for me, so X, Y, and Z, I gonna... But yeah, I'm not backing down from no beefs, bro. You know what I mean?
So would it be in the Drake Pusha T beef, I use that as my reference. Drake did come to him and talk about, you all being creative over there, but not honestly creative. You're stealing from me, stealing from one another. And then Pusha T crossed the line. Is there a line that could be crossed? Is there any rules?
Nah, bro.
No? Mommy could get, daughter could get.
Everybody, because we deal with battle rap here. And if you ever watch battle rap is the worst thing I could tell you.
I know, I watch URL a couple times.
So we going into that realm when we decide to beef. We going into battle rap. This is a battle of lyrics and who have the worst things to say and who have the best cadence to say them. Bro. So if a man trying to beef me, it have nothing I can't tell you, bro. Because you decide to put yourself into that room with me, into that space with me. So now, when I hear Pusha T talk about like, yo, 40 and
tick, tick,
and the child and thing, it's like, bro, we expect, dog.
True.
You expect. And then you have to understand, Drake, you're the biggest artist in the world. We have to tell you something that good and be valuable. What we going to tell you?
He wasn't going to get Drake out of here with them little petty one.
You understand? Like, you can't get Drake out of here with like, we go do this to you. And like, they're not going to work.
The word play.
You have to tell the people something they don't know.
He went to eat chess.
Exactly.
But I feel like, and I'm not an artist, you are. So you are better informed on this and have more of a stronger say than me. But sometimes I feel like it doesn't necessarily be about the art form. It's just be like, how disrespectful can I get? What do I know hurts you?
Yeah.
And what can I say to put it, to stab and twist that knife in you? As opposed to let me be clever. Let me say something that, you had to listen to it 3-4 times to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but sometimes diss tracks is just be like.
So let me ask you a question, right? So you don't think that it had any art in how Pusha T went about
his diss? Of course, there was.
Mm-hmm.
But he also...
You just think that was a bit much?
You can't talk about somebody parents divorcing. That kind of deep. I mean, as you say, it's Drake. So Drake, you had to get his smoke. But he went in there. Nah. He went to a place that I haven't heard anybody since like 50 Cent went. And 50 Cent is a gangster. He's a hood nigga. So you expect that. I mean, Pusha T is the dope man of rap right now. Yeah. But Drake, boy, that take belly, and I mean, allegedly it was going too far and G Prince had to get involved and all of that stuff. And I think that is when it reaches too far. As opposed, actually, you know what, you're right. Mm-hmm. Being disrespectful isn't taking it too far. It's when it actually hit the streets. Yeah. And people have to drop it.
Yeah, when it becomes something that people could get hurt and, you know what I mean? That is when it kind of off.
Yeah, with the Eminem and 50 thing. That was
but when we dealing with like bars and thing, bro. Like, bro, I just watch battle rapper L plenty, right? For the main...
What's your favorite battle rapper of all time?
Just saw this.
Any answer other than Charlie Clips is wrong. I just letting you know.
Charlie Clips, bro?
Clips.
Nah.
To your head top.
Nah.
Clips.
Nah, bro. No, here's the scene. I love Clips, but here's the scene. I can't get Clips that play, bro. I can't get nobody who went to Wild and all that play. I'm sorry. I not saying no all the time and thing, bro, but I just can't get that play because... Yo, you went from the grungy stuff to go and make jokes. Like, nah.
Yeah.
You know, and I know knock to him, and like, I sure he getting real bread for that.
Of course.
But my favorite battle rappers are two. Sue Surf is one of them.
Ooh, yeah.
And Hollow the Don is our next one.
All right. I can take Hollow the Don because Hollow the Don, he emptied on battle rappers and legit rappers as too. So I give him that play as well. And he, from early in the game, even to late in his career, he was consistent.
Yeah.
Like, even if somebody called him out of retirement, he was like, all right, cool.
And that's why
catch this.
And like, the next thing too, what I rate about him too is like, he have a real kind of different delivery for me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his voice does, like, he does be trying to say certain things when he rapping and his voices go up into this pitch, bro, that I real like
a couple octaves.
It's kind of like, yo, I real killing you off right now type of pitch. And I just realized that. And then the bars that he using too, they just be too fire, bro. But it has other people too, like T-Rock and
T-Rock.
All of these other guys, he's real fire too.
Actually, remember once watching Hitman Holler go, and somebody called him out of retirement. I think this was it wasn't URL. It was
King of the Dot on one of them ones.
Probably one of them. And it was, I think he was going up against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you know, Arsenal if anybody listens to Battle Rap, they know Arsenal is the king of being disrespectful. Like, that is his tagline when he starts, when he finishes.
So when it's
you can't spell bars without that arse in it, you know?
That was it. So if we thinking about it like that, I can't look at what Pusha T said to Drake as disrespectful.
I think because a lot of people feel Drake is, you know, that straddling the line of R&B and rap. You know,
they just feel like they could come wrong in basically.
Yeah. But
which I believe not everybody could come wrong Drake. Yeah? This is the next thing one man need to understand too. Pusha get through because Pusha is a different caliber artist. And also had the he had very essential information, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You had to have them two things. Like, I don't see no other person like coming at Drake like that just so.
Like. Nah, but the thing as well with Drake is that people don't give him the respect he deserves, I believe. I think they feel like he tries, like, you're from Canada, you're from Toronto, you're not hard, you're not street, you don't know nothing about this life. He's not a rapper. Yeah. Because, I mean, the man pop off Best I Ever Had, which was a pop song more than a R&B or rap song in the first place.
Yeah.
But he is a hip-hop historian, he knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned Pusha T and you mentioned, in terms of your top 5, I'll give you 5.
What, rappers?
MCs, not just rappers, because rappers encapsulate more than just lyrics and bars, but MCs, like people who will buy it to death.
We talking about where? Anywhere in the world?
Top 5 dead or
because my top 5 is not what you expect now.
That's
or
my,
what
that's,
I
that's
the
my
people
music
I go and
knowledge.
pick is like, all right, cool, okay, cool. All right, let me start here first. So I MC that I find super hard from the beginning. Pause. Is Skepta.
Oof.
I put in Skepta up there.
Godfather Grime, boy.
I'd do it in that order. No,
Nah, let me don't do that. We'll be here
cool.
whole evening.
Drake. Wait.
I know I put you on this spot, but you don't have to be perfect.
Wiley.
What do you think about what Wiley and Drake was doing the other day?
Wiley's just upset, bro. You know Wiley's be upset I life, but Wiley is still a legend now, bro. So
can't take away from what you do.
Nah, you can't do that. So I say Drake, Wiley, Skepta. Bro, 50 Cent, bro. Hear why I say 50 Cent, huh?
We go clash on that one, but go ahead.
Why, bro?
One good album, and because he gets shoot, the mystique of 50 Cent is what people love. He gets shoot 9 times.
50's fire though.
I know.
Like you can't, like the records I hear, like.
Don't get me wrong, but I rate Lil Wayne over.
Now what 50 going next, sir?
All right, sorry, my bad then.
So Lil Wayne,
yeah.
How much is that? That's 4.
That's 5. That's 50.
5?
Skepta, Drake, Wiley.
There you go. That's off the Dome tour.
Off the Dome.
That's just me thinking about them.
Yeah, I think like literally sitting down, that would be a whole podcast episode by itself. That might be
that's the thing now. That's why I kind of try to keep it quick now.
Yeah, but
and I try to overthink them. But
for sure, I mean, for the people who wouldn't know who Skepta and Wiley are, they are UK artists.
Yeah.
So you would be familiar. That is more your.
Yeah, them is the people I grew up on listening to.
But me, because as well, being a huge fan of football and thing, and I pick up on UK culture a lot as well. So
because I miss out people like Chip. You know Chip?
I know Chip, but all right, I'll let her slide. I'll let it slide. Wait. I'll let it slide.
Alright, if Sion hear this, I have a brethren called Sion Pa. If you hear this one. But yeah.
Hit me up, Sion. My IG link will be in the bio for this. It will be in the comments. We could have a conversation.
But yeah, them is my top 5 for the.
For me, I have to go Drake, most influential artist in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have, I think he was like on a 8 or 7 year streak of being on the Billboard Hot 100, having a song for that
500
long.
weeks.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'd go him, I'd go Jay-Z, purely off Jay-Z started so young, went so far, and he still is today super talented, hasn't lost a step. The only thing is that he on this kind of Godfather Black Power movement right now, so he kind of pull back on necessarily emptying the clip on people.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is the father of all the rappers that we have.
Yeah, that is right the now. Rapper.
That is the guy right now. I mean, the new stuff really isn't hitting like that, but taking Carter 3 and I'm Not a Human Being, one and them kind of things. That is Wayne.
That is rapper.
For the new school kids, I'll go Future over Tug.
Okay.
Silence. Weird. That is me alone. Okay. I dying on that hill by myself.
Best MC?
He revolutionized trap music.
No, that's facts. Be a time of bars though.
Future have bars.
No, bro. You see now, when he talking MC, I wouldn't even class Future as an MC, bro, because Future does sing, but then Drake does sing too.
All right, let me take Future. All right, fine. The whole room staring at me.
Bro, I love Future, bro. I love Tug too, but like when you say bars, MC, bro, right. I was like, yo, let me just figure out who I used to rap with for like bars now.
So I'll subtract Future. And I will give you. I'll give the old heads something. I'll give the old heads. Nah, I ain't getting the old heads nothing, actually. I was going to say Nas, but I ain't getting the old heads nothing.
Bro, this is a hard conversation.
Yeah, this is a hard conversation. We'll be here
I just
whole
blurt
evening.
out a certain name and let me be real. I blurt out names that I listen to, but it's a real hard conversation.
I had to go through my Apple Music, actually.
Yeah,
I gotta go through, and I didn't want to be taking up the good time that we have here. But yeah, so we discuss artists. Mm-hmm. So we'll bring it back to you now. Mm-hmm. We went around, we went all over, we went different countries, we went Africa, we went Europe, we went America, we're back here now. We deal with you, because this is your interview.
Yeah.
So what is the goal to the top of your Christmas tree? What is the star on your Christmas tree? What's the one thing that you want to do that will satisfy you as an artist? Some is winning a Grammy, some is performing Super Bowl halftime show, something like that. What is Kaz modus operandi? What does he want to do?
Like at the top, like the top. Bro, I just want to put my family in a position where nobody had to work, bro. Like every single person that, like my little brother, my little sister, my mother, my grandmother, my uncle. Mm-hmm. I will be in a position where they just could just live now, enjoy things, go places, and don't have to worry about the stuff they're worrying about right now. And I'll give you one more. Like I want to do a headline show in Brixton, bro, because that's where I grew up.
Brixton. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's where I was living out in the UK. So to do a headline show in Brixton is like a real high on my Christmas tree. So, yeah, bro.
What then also is like, so 5 years ago you were at a certain point. Mm-hmm. It's 2020 now.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself doing in this decade, in the 20s? What will you be remembered for in the 20s? Where do you see it starting here in 2020 and finishing in 2029?
I see myself, the sound that I working on, I see in me be able to like make this sound something that people are interested in this country in the next few years. You know what I mean? Just get them something new to listen to. And I just feel like knowing that the songs that I'm making right now and creating with like the people around me, that people would actually enjoy them once they give it the chance. You know what I mean? Once they give it the chance. So I feel like within the next few years, it's just going to be me just carving the sound and making the sound popular. Making the sound to a point where people are like, yeah, but they hear that new Kaz project. And you know what I mean? And not listen to it because it's your thing. And listen to it because you genuinely like the sound. And the sound is going to stay in the same pocket that we're dealing with right now. So it will evolve to
music is something always changing. But as you spoke about people looking forward to your music, when the album dropping, because as an album guy, I love listening to albums sequential. And the story of it, how it was made.
I have. Like right now I have a few songs where, because since my equipment reach, I've just been recording. So like I have an EP in the talk right now. But I'm just trying to kind of figure out like going on with the beats and the mixing and, you know, roll out and these kind of stuff now. But I'm going to drop something this month. I'm going to drop a song this month. You know what I mean? Just to, because I don't want to say I want to stray away from making records about females too much, because I mean, that's like, when I touch mic, that's what I feel now. So
cliche, kind of.
Yeah, but I just trying to, and this record I'm gonna put is just a different side of me when it comes to content wise.
Okay, so is it that you have to be in a particular headspace when you hit the mic? So it's like, okay, I feel like the honey is gonna get it today, or it's more like, all right, we're gonna toughen up, go and bring out a song for the fellas, and or is it just that as you hit the boot, where you feel?
Yeah, bro, like most of the stuff right now, like even the EP that I tell you I have in the talk, like everything is off the dome. I didn't write nothing. You know what I mean? So,
serious?
Yeah, so it's just me trying to...
No paper, nothing.
Nah, bro.
That's a normal thing, because that will sound like a normal thing.
It's not normal.
That's what I'm saying.
But I just trying to develop that so it go kind of like, okay, I could write and like sit down and write, but I kind of want to also develop being able to just do it in the head now. So here I beat and know, okay, cool. We're going to this is how this could go, this flow would fit in that place, and
Right.
go into it and just do it now. Because I feel like the freshest ideas just come off the top of your brain.
Right.
The freshest way that you're going to say the word. You know what I mean? The freshest cadence, because you're going into the beat not knowing where you're going to say. You know what I mean?
Nice, man. Nice.
So,
and what, big picture, what is going to be your legacy? What do you want to leave behind? What do you want people, when they think of 30, 40, 50 years from now, when they say Kaz Fuego, what do you want? What must that trigger? What memory must it trigger in people?
I feel like the memory that I must trigger is that a way to trigger in a way that they look at me as a person that just went against the grain, because I've had countless times where I could just do what everybody else doing. I've had countless opportunities to just go into dancehall or go into this, and I just always decided, nah, like, what I doing right now, I believe in this, and once I continue to drop this, people would gravitate to it now. So I want to, like, as I said earlier, I want to be somebody that they look at like, yo, you know, Kaz, bro, like, he's the man who bring this sound to Trinidad now. He's the one who make this sound.
Trailblazer.
Yeah, he's a trailblazer in this sound now. Like, I want to drop projects and then later down in the years, see people come out as artists and make that sound.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing I want to do now. Because as much as this R&B is also a mixture of rap, you know what I mean? Plus, like, me being half Nigerian, like, it's a mixture of that too now.
Yeah, Afrobeat,
yeah. So it's just like, I want to be known for the sound, bro. I want to be known for my name. When people hear the name, they respect it and they understand it. And they know that is like a serious name, not a name to play with. So,
all right.
Yeah, bro.
As a big aspiration. I really do. But having big goals is a good thing.
Yeah,
because the harder they are to reach, the more motivated they are to reach them.
Exactly.
So, for sure, bro, it was great. It was lovely.
It was a nice sit down for sure.
And, you know, we all looking out. We all supporting you.
I appreciate it, man.
For certain people would be more, for those who didn't know now, they surely know. They'll be acquainted. And from everyone here at the Culture Tribe and the extended Culture Tribe, as in the community, whether it be the YouTube viewership, the podcast, audioship, everyone wants to wish you the best, bro. And we want to thank you for coming as well.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that,
and
bro.
you
I appreciate
hold it down, bro.
For sure, for sure. Yes. Good vibe.